Coffee is the most important part of a human's life. When you get to the end of this life, before we move on to whatever is next, I think it's quite possible. Your last thought will be, that was good coffee. That's good. Everything after my morning coffee was pretty much a pain in the ass.
Welcome again to another John and Gordy morning program at WMDX 92.7. Every once in a while, I think that Jerry Seinfeld says it the way it is, you know?
Yeah, that's it. It's all about the coffee.
It really is. And then it's a downhill slide from there. You know, you just kind of bear your way through the rest of the day, you know, just hoping that maybe there's a cappuccino at the end of the line.
You can hope. Keep your fingers crossed. Okay. It's 7 minutes past the hour. Good morning. Happy Thursday.
It's going to be a nice warm day today.
It is. Yeah. It's the 27th day of March and starting out at 44 degrees. And should be pretty good the rest of the day.
You think so?
Have you fired up your Samsung WMDX watch yet?
Well, I actually fired up my Samsung Fold phone.
Oh.
And it looks good. I mean, it looks like we're really going to reach some high temperatures today. High around 61, I'm predicting.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see how that lines up with the. We haven't used the one-arm bandit for a while. In fact, I don't think we've used it for
I think
a couple
it's
of weeks.
Sitting over there rusting away.
I don't know. Let's try it out.
All right.
Let's get the okay. First number 0, second number 5, third number 8, 58.
Yeah.
Hit the jackpot.
Works just beautifully, doesn't it?
So I'm saying high 50s. You're saying low 60s with your watch there.
Well, you know
somewhere in between, perhaps.
Yeah.
We'll find out a little bit later on with Brittany Merlot, our WMDX meteorologist. She really knows what's going on.
Well, you know, the best way to know is to look out the WMDX window. And it's looking like a great morning so far.
Kind of cloudy.
It's pretty dark. You can't look at much, John.
Well, yeah, you know how much I admire buildings with lights on the outside shining up.
You're just like
along
a
the
moth.
surface of
You're
these
just
things.
attracted to
Yes,
shiny
I am.
lights.
Actually, I am. my dad nailed it when I was a little kid. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's shiny, I go for it. You know.
That's it.
I guess I haven't changed at all. Oh,
BRT buses are running this morning.
Yeah.
The big bus just went down State Street. Pretty much completely empty.
They still haven't killed anybody yet, but they do go fast.
You know, John, a question popped into my head. You mentioned that you have your Samsung foldable phone here.
Yes.
You know how there's like an upper limit to how many times you can fold a sheet of paper? It's like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
How many times do you think that you can fold your phone before you can't fold it anymore?
Well, no, you can fold it, but the screen protector breaks. So you try not to unfold it as often as you would like.
Well, why even buy a folding phone then? What's the point?
No, the point is that when you need a large screen, and every once in a while it really does help, then you have it, but you can't unfold it a lot. It goes after about a year. But, you know, a few months, a year and a few months.
That's a pretty short half-life for a phone.
It is for the protector.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And then I just peel the protector off, and then everything's cool after that. Well, yeah, you can get a new protector. I didn't the last time, but I probably will this time.
You like to live dangerously.
Well, I learned my lesson that if you don't have the protector on there, you can actually put little dents in the screen.
You've got dirty pockets.
No, what happens is, that's on the inside of the phone, so my pockets don't affect it. But when I put it up on my dash and I have it folded out, I put it up there with my thumb.
Because you like to watch TV while you drive.
Yeah. And I put it up there with my thumb in the upper left corner. And my fingernail sometimes presses in. And I found out I was putting little dents in the corner as I put it up on my phone holder on the dashboard of my car. Is this maybe interesting to anybody?
First world problems, gosh.
You know,
I'm sure you have your phone up there for a reason, right? For watching
Yes.
YouTube? Or
Oh, yes, I watch YouTube. I read some stories. That's how I catch up on the stories. I'm always doing research on these things. And
does your car have a map? I mean, built in?
no,
GPS?
no one wants to use their built-in GPSs.
Really? They're
Yeah.
just lousy? They don't work?
Well,
or-
they don't have the updated traffic
Ah.
situations.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you use,
Let's see.
you have to use Google Maps, or else
Yeah.
you don't know where the cop cherry patches are.
Right?
You really have to know where road construction is. You don't want to turn down a country road and find out they took a bridge out down there 3 miles down.
Right.
You got to drive 3 miles back.
Google Maps is the way to go.
It's the way to go. It's the only way. And in fact, you can even mark road construction. If there's a road blocked off, you can
be
sit there and you
helpful.
can mark it, and for everybody else to kind of look at later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. Well, let's get to the
All right,
National
well,
Day
I'm glad I
Calendar.
explained all.
Glad you explained it
I
to
put
us.
everybody back to sleep this morning. So
Well, let's try to wake them up
I
with the
apologize.
National Day Calendar.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's-
Yeah, this is
It's
it.
really a special one today.
Yeah.
Is it or is it not?
Wait, we heard
What?
these last year, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
All right, let's keep going over them.
Well, I keep trying to lose this segment, and but you keep wanting to bring it back. So,
I do. For some reason,
I
it
have
just
no
it
idea.
seems new every time we look at
and
it.
nobody likes it. It's just a time waster, just to get us warmed up a little bit. But is it one of these days? Is it National Scribble Day? Is it National Spanish Paella Day? I think that's how that's pronounced.
Yes, paella.
National Joe Day or National Monopoly Game Day? Which one of those days does not seem to belong to you, John Peterson?
It's not National Joe Day.
Well, you're wrong again. It is National Joe Day.
Is that Joe like Coffee Joe?
Well, just we'll
right,
get into it in
all
a
right.
moment. I'll give
Wait.
Sam a guess if he was paying attention.
I was halfway paying attention. I was just thinking about Joe Day because I knew that was one of the days.
Oh.
You knew? How did you know?
Well, because I looked at it yesterday. I don't remember the other ones, though.
Okay.
I suppose I get a buzzer for that, don't I?
Well, you haven't really guessed, have you?
no, because I don't remember the other ones to guess.
Well, it's National Paella Day for sure,
Yes, Spanish Paella
and
Day.
it's National Scribble Day today.
You're
reading
looking at his screen.
I am.
I know that these are correct answers.
And
So what was the one that I said that it is not? Yeah, neither of you were listening.
Silence.
Okay, that's fine.
Just crickets. I don't know. I get a buzzer.
It's not National Monopoly Game Day. So I was trying to go with, because it is National Scribble Day.
Mhm.
And then I thought, well, I'll put in National Scrabble Day. But then I thought, no, I'll do something completely different.
Well, wow.
But it didn't work anyway.
The thinking behind
So, there's a lot of
the
strategy
fake,
involved.
the fake day.
But
Wow.
Scribble Day. Why would we need a day for scribbling? Well, we're about to find out.
Well,
Moving.
I've been through those days. When my kid was younger.
Yes.
My youngest one liked the scribble on the walls.
Oh, yeah. And
And
I got a
that-
grandkid like that.
that was an eye opener.
Yeah. It's National Scribble Day. Each of us starts out as a little colorful, wrinkled up human being with eyes, nose, and sometimes a shock of hair. But our personality develops, and we become more like a scribble. It says here.
Wow.
It's kind of a stretch, but okay. Children's scribbles become more than just scribbles when eyes and a smile are added. Somehow a personality leaps onto the page, and with it encourages children to grow and express themselves. The positive result of looking back at them spreads a surge of joy that's infectious. Okay,
I got to say,
Are you
that
with
this
this?
is a real stretch. All they
I
had to
already
do was
mentioned-
talk about how kids scribble on walls and everywhere else.
Well, that's what's so wonderful about scribbles, John.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
Anyone can make them no matter their ability. This means everyone from grandpa to the smallest family member can join in the day, National Scribble Day. Gather up the crayons in every color and scribble up smiles for everyone. Okay.
All right. Well,
That's
my
what
handwriting
that's all
looks
about.
like scribbling.
Well, that's true. I can attest to that. National Spanish Paella Day. You into Spanish paella?
Not really. Mm-mm.
Okay. Should we skip it?
Yeah, well, if you want.
Let's try and workers in the field. Rice
What is
dish.
what is
Well, it's a
paella?
rice dish from Spain.
Okay.
Paella has become very popular and known worldwide. It originated in its modern form in the mid-19th century in Valencia on the east coast of Spain. At lunchtime, workers in the fields would make a rice dish in a flat pan over a fire.
And they throw what in it?
Well,
And
they
it's
would
gotta
mix
have
it with things like rabbits, snails, and
That
vegetables.
sounds so
Ugh,
delicious.
that's disgusting. How to observe okay, we don't care.
Rabbits. The whole rabbit. Just throw it in there.
Throw a rabbit in a frying pan. See what happens. National Joe Day. We know a lot of people
That's got to
named
be
Joe.
Oh, really? I thought it was referring to coffee.
Cup of Joe? Well, it encourages everyone to enjoy a cup of Joe with all your friends named Joe, like Joe, Joey, Joseph, and Josephine.
Dale Watson
Boy,
had a
this is
song,
really
"Hey
weak.
Joe," or something. Let
yeah.
me see.
Hendrix did that. Hey, Joe.
No, it's not the old song "Hey Joe."
Oh,
though,
what are
but
you
it's,
talking about?
It's Dale Watson's country song.
Okay. Dale Watson.
Dale Watson, he's a alt country singer,
Okay.
a legend, by the way. He's been through Madison so many times.
Really?
Great guy. Yeah.
No. I'm
In fact-
not familiar.
In fact, my wife put him in one of her novels.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Dale Watson.
Dale Watson.
Yeah, Dale Watson.
Okay.
I think it's Help Me Joe or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. According to the Social Security Administration, you remember them, Joseph, the name Joseph ranked number 6 from 1893 to 1899, behind John and William and James and George and Charles. So we salute people named Joe today.
Yes,
and I guess
yes,
that's
we
it.
do.
Well, all right.
Help
That's
me,
enough of that.
Joe.
That's enough of the daily calendar. What do you got for
Really?
birthdays or history book stuff? Should we wait?
Yeah,
Should we
let's
hold
wait.
it over?
We gotta wait. We gotta wait.
yeah,
we can't do this stuff justice in this amount of time.
Okay. Well, a little bit later on, we're going to welcome back Tim Slekar from BustED Pencils, talk about education. That's coming up in our 6:30 half hour. And then we're also going to find out about the Great Wisconsin Film Fest. This is a big, big deal.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're going to get to it.
Here's some song here.
Oh, this is
Listen.
Dale Watson?
Yep.
12 days on,
All right.
2 days off, and wear down your soul in a while.
I like it.
Sooner I'm there, the more that we can share.
Here it is right now.
Help me, Joe,
Yeah, Joe.
a cup at a time. Help me, Joe, a cup at a time down the road. A cup at a time.
Way up north, the rush is on. Way up north, the rush is on. In big nuggets they find my Jenny. Joined in big nuggets they're finding. Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand?
Should be a cup in your hand. You're going with that Joe. WMDX 92.7, John and Gordy in the morning. You know, we had enough songs, with Hey Joe in it.
Right. It's National
Joe, Coffee Joe.
National Joe Day.
We can put a whole new intro to our program.
Exactly. Yeah. Have a cup of Joe and listen to John and Gordy. It's 6:21 on this Thursday, the 27th day of March, and 44 degrees. Highs close to 60 today.
Did we permanently kick the guy out who carries that pot of coffee around?
I don't know. We haven't seen him since we got the new studio, and I think he's been banned.
Yeah.
Because,
I
we don't
think
want that to... Oh,
Oh.
no. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I thought we had
It's
the
like
door
you
locked.
summoned him.
Does anybody want coffee?
No.
Boy. No, go away.
Does anybody want coffee?
No.
Who wants coffee?
We're
We have
I'm
some
on
already.
decaf anyway. You don't have it.
I just made
Okay.
coffee.
I know you did.
Yeah, you just made
all
coffee.
right,
Then
all right.
Get out of here,
My
you
God.
knucklehead.
There's people outside that need it.
This portion of John and Gordy in the morning is brought to you by our friends at Verlo Mattress of Madison. The mismatch sale is going on. It's the biggest sale of the year. Mismatch on the outside, the same Verlo long-lasting craftsmanship on the inside. So hurry in now. Save an additional 10% off of every mattress and box spring. Wake up and sleep better. Verlo Mattress of Madison. You can go to the east side location, the west side location, or go to verlo.com for more information. Oh, coffee.
Here he is.
Yeah. Speaking of Verlo mattresses,
How he's able to walk backwards all the time doing this.
it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, really fantastic.
Just a moment ago, I was talking about Verlo mattresses.
Yes.
The big Text to Win contest, the Break into Spring Text to Win statewide contest on Civic Media. Well, it's ongoing, and we'll have a chance for you to win prize in our 7 o'clock hour. You'll have other chances throughout the day, 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. in those hours when we reveal the key word. I know what the key word is, but you guys don't.
Does it start with an L this time?
I'm not telling you anything. We have prizes to give away, too, like the daily prizes of Chula Vista Getaways, Milwaukee Brewers Club level tickets, $100 cash, and then again, our grand prize, a new brand new queen size mattress set from Verlo Mattress of Madison. So keep listening here. Again, we'll reveal the keyword in our 7 o'clock hour, and all you have to do is text that keyword into us at using the Civic Media app. That's the easy way to do it. You can download the app anytime. It's free to use and free to text, and you can text that keyword to us when I reveal it in the 7
That's
o'clock
what
hour.
Gail King calls a deal.
It's okay.
I can't.
Todd
only
Albaugh,
only
thank
Todd
you very
can
much.
say that. I can't say it.
Yeah, you could say that.
I don't really care.
yeah.
But anyway,
Well, that made you angry. We don't want to piss you off right away here in the morning. So.
nothing. It doesn't rattle me at
Really,
all.
it
Everything's fine. It's just
I know,
We'll go
I know.
on.
I know.
It's fine. It's good. 6:24. Over to you, John
Some pent
Peterson.
up anger there.
What?
No, yeah,
Producer Sam, do I appear to be angry to you? I'm not angry.
no, he's not angry.
Better not say I'm angry.
Now,
I mean, rattle your cage.
I'm going to stay out of this.
I'm going. I forgot to forward the link to the white hat that
Yes,
Mike McCabe has been wearing around the
I
studio.
keep asking you to forward that to me so we can
Yeah.
all be the good guys in the white hats, but you keep not sending it.
I'm
to
bringing
me.
that up
That's
because I really, really, really want the new MAGA hat out of Greenland.
Oh.
Right? You've heard about this. Make America
Go
away.
Yeah, Greenland does not like us right now at all.
I'm not sure if wearing it around the U.S. is a good idea, but I'm thinking about buying the damn thing, getting one of them. All right.
Make a collection of merch for this. For this time that we're going through together as a nation.
It's a scary time.
Every day is just a circus.
Yeah.
And the clowns just keep running around.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Hey, why don't we take a look at what's going on in the history book?
It's about time.
Oh, please. Open up that dusty book. Or are we going to wait
They
till...
came and cleaned in here last night, so it's not super dusty.
Okay,
oh
well,
boy,
fine.
it
You
just
do-
like is a magnet for this stuff.
You
Anyway,
do whatever you think is right. Okay.
Oh, my God. Oh my God.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah.
I keep telling him we got to get windows that can open in here so I can at least like blow some of this dust out.
Dream on.
I suppose every window can open at least once, right?
Yes, I suppose.
Well, they can open if you break one. you know.
Right, exactly.
That's
right.
the way to do it.
Today in 1929, Herbert Hoover, he was in the White House, and on this day in 1929, he got the very first phone installed in the Oval Office.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a big
What,
update.
what year?
1929. Which the crazy part is the White House had a phone for over 50 years before that. 51 years before that, the first phone was installed in the White House. But they didn't think to put one on the president's desk.
Well, who's he gonna call?
Right,
anyway?
right.
He doesn't need to call anybody.
They just run down the hall. Make a call.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Oh, well,
funny.
that's crazy stuff. You know,
That's really weird.
Hoover, just amazing how he finished that dam before he left office.
Yes, I know. He worked on it a long
He built
time.
it all by himself.
Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing.
Have you ever been to the Hoover Dam? It's really cool,
No,
actually.
I actually
Oh,
haven't.
yeah. It's really something to see. Okay, back to you, Sam. Go ahead.
Today in 1960, well, you before we came in, you heard me accidentally playing some Alaska music. Today in 1964, Alaska was hit with the largest earthquake on record to ever hit the U.S. 9.2 magnitude
That's
earthquake.
incredible.
That is a
Yeah.
huge earthquake. Yeah.
Wow.
And that moves the continents, basically. That big. Wow.
Man.
All right. And
Have either of you ever experienced an earthquake?
yeah, little tremors here in Wisconsin. We've had a
Wow,
few.
really?
Yeah.
I was in San Diego and at the Hotel del Coronado, very fancy place on Coronado Island, and they had a bit of a shaker. I was sitting there having breakfast, and the tables started to shake, and the glasses started,
Wow.
making noise and everything. And I was ready to dive under the table. Everybody just kind of looked around, said, and they kind of very blasé about it.
Yeah.
I guess it happens
was
all
over.
the time out there, right?
Apparently, yeah.
A couple birthdays here today. Quentin Tarantino, he was born today in 1963, and Mariah Carey. We're talking a little later about movies as well.
Okay.
Got a couple,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we got.
That was a big event in 1998. FDA approved Viagra. Don't forget that one.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're going to have the Wisconsin Film Festival folks in, right?
Yeah, in about an hour from now.
Okay.
And we'll also talk about the Intel committee hearings
Very good.
at 7 o'clock.
It's 29 past the hour. The Midwest Farm Report with Pam Yankee talking about food and farming coming up next. And then BustED Pencils with Tim Slekar right around the corner. John and Gordy in the morning on WMDX.
Finding big nuggets, they're finding north to Alaska. Go north, the rush is on.
No.
Morning, Tim.
Good morning.
He's back.
Hey.
I'm back.
Great.
All right.
There hasn't been anything happening though. No,
Oh, I know.
it's just dull.
Still in limbo. I think the ed department is still just kind of half of what it used to be at this point still, right?
Yeah, half. But we kind of talked about this. There've been some people that have, hey, it takes an act of Congress, to officially do this, and I'm like, well, yeah, you're right, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean though that you can't essentially gut it
Mhm.
and eliminate it by the fact that you've essentially just gotten rid of everybody, so it still stands. I don't know, there's too much sense of like hope or something, but I mean, you see AFT right now and has two different lawsuits trying to stop it. I don't know that any of that's going to work.
Yeah. Well, we could mention that. We should bring this up.
What else you got though,
eventually.
John?
I didn't listen to your last podcast that just dropped, but I did make a note here about the Educators Amplified, teacher Healy, running for the school board in Menominee Falls. You have information on that? Because, it's kind of local. I mean, it's good to talk about Menominee Falls.
I mean, yeah, I didn't do that interview because I was.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
I was
Out?
I had a rough week last week.
It sounds like you're still under the weather
Yeah,
a little bit.
I'm okay. You know what it is now? It's just the darn allergy season.
Oh, okay.
Stuff is pretty much, getting to full bloom around here right now.
Yeah. I have other notes that I have are. Let me see here. It's not as if teachers universally adore the federal government needs massive reform. Okay, I just made a note of that when I was listening to that. New low on the World Happiness Report. I don't know if that's part of your thing. Did you do that?
We actually, we talked about that.
Okay.
Because
sometimes it makes up my stories here. So
we did it though too because Finland for the 8th year in a row is the happiest place in the world to be, and on top of that, they have the best education system in the world. Imagine that those two things might be connected.
Yeah, it says here interconnectedness of these essential activities and local economies.
Yeah, it's so maybe having and putting an effort into creating a great public education system has something to do with your overall happiness of your country.
Yeah, seems to make sense to me.
And as you continue to destroy your public education system, you decline in happiness, which is evidenced by America.
Yeah. Which, I thought, the thing, you didn't do the interview with Teacher Healy, but that's what I was kind of curious about because we see all the videos of the town hall or the school board meetings, the angry school board meetings.
Yes.
I was wondering if that's chilling out just a little bit, cooling off. People are kind of getting fed up with what is the group? I can't remember the name of the group that hates schools.
Moms for Liberty?
Yeah, Moms for Liberty. Yes.
Yeah. Moms for Liberty for just them.
Yeah.
Moms for our liberty.
Yeah. Well,
there's also there's some concern, and I can't find it right now, about the impact of student loans going to the Small Business Administration. That was announced last week too. With the moving and the gutting of the Department of Education.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I
15
think.
seconds.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that too. Okay, just touch on all this stuff.
Sure.
All right.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Secondhand Omelet Shop, the only diner in town featuring refried eggs. This week only, you can buy 2 of Ed's famous eggshell omelets for only half the price of 4.
Seems like a deal to me.
Well, yeah, I think so, but too bad, Ed's department is cut in half now. Oh wait, that's not the department that we're talking about.
No.
Oh,
it is 6:35.
WMDX.
Yes, 92.7. John and Gordy broadcasting from our brand new studios here, or I guess newly remodeled studio. It's the same studio. We've got a bigger desk. Yeah. And still the same great view.
Moving the deck chairs around on the
Titanic. Is that? You said it. I didn't.
Civic Media Titanic. I'm just
okay.
Oh,
wait, how did we get off kilter here? Just right out of the gate.
You started this whole thing downhill. My God. Okay, let's talk.
Peterson. No, I got a few other things I have to say here. It's cloudy. Right. It's what is it? It's 44 degrees. Highs today close to 60. Text to Win contest. Our Break into Spring Text to Win statewide contest coming up in a half hour when we will reveal right after 7 a.m. the key word for the 7 a.m. hour. And your chances to win all kinds of great prizes, including a Chula Vista getaway and Milwaukee Brewer club level tickets and $100 cash. Those are the kind of prizes we give away every day, the rest of this week and all of next week, Monday through Friday. And every entry gets you into the grand prize drawing, which will be for a brand new queen-size mattress set from Verlo Mattress of Madison. So be listening in a half hour when we reveal that key word. Okay, over to you, John Peterson, right now.
All right.
Go.
Well, our special guest this morning is Tim Slekar from BustED Pencils, and we have a few things to pick up on. It's been a while since we've talked to Tim, and we need to at least touch on the fact that the Department of Education has been cut in half. It's now working at half power at this point. So,
John, come on, you don't understand efficiency then.
yeah, well, yes, that's what it's all about.
You know, I mean, right now the evidence is absolutely, in favor of, the department still exists with half the workloads or half the workforce. So, there you go. They're much more, they're efficient now.
Yes, things are running much more smoothly now. Everybody knows just what to expect out of their schools and all the funding for these schools and student loans and all that. Let's talk about the student loan situation. They want to move that, I believe, to the Commerce Department. Is that correct?
The small
the Treasury
business,
right?
no, small
business
administration. Yes, wow. Because that the biggest portfolio of debt, I think, in the world. Let's give it to small business people.
Yeah.
It could be interesting. We're talking about it's frightening.
I think the reason they did it was to take the guardrails down, right? I mean, originally you couldn't make demands. The federal government could not make demands of curriculum or limits to what they can talk about in the schools, right? And now they can by withholding funds.
Well, that's the holding funding back on that part, and that's how you kind of influence curriculum. But the student loan thing is actually a really interesting. What's happening here. We've done a lot of work in the past with a organization called Student Loan Justice, and they have been really in favor of, obviously they wanted the Biden forgiveness plan, but really have been pointing out most from the standpoint of recognizing that why is it possible that student loans are excluded from what Alan Collins, who runs that organization, says is a basic American right of bankruptcy. It's just, and he, has there been any movement on that front? Does moving it to the SBA address the fact that, this is one of the few, if only, loan systems that you can't
declare bankruptcy.
Yeah. And you wonder why that is. And, it's funny when we talk to Alan, he always points out that, well, you can thank President Biden when he was Senator Biden. That was one of his big moves, was to get bankruptcy rights stripped away. The other part, though, too, now is to go, when Biden said, well, the court said I can't do anything about student loans, and he believed them. And now the Trump administration is going, it doesn't matter what the courts say. We do what we want anyway. So
I was kind of bringing that up here. It's almost as if we forgot that he can't do anything. The Supreme Court stopped him. He doesn't have the right to do that. This is not within the power of the president. And now, of course, everything is within the power of the presidency at this point.
Guardrails.
So there could have been. Biden could have forgiven.
Just ignore him.
Student loans. I know a lot of people are concerned about the student loan system moving over to SBA because nobody knows what it means. In fact, a guest, rather a frequent guest of ours, the president of AFT, Randy Weingarten, and her organization actually right now put out a statement regarding their concern with borrowers and what are the borrowers' rights, which there are very few to begin with, going to be now under this new I don't know, what do you want to say? Ownership of the Small Business Administration. So we actually are looking forward to, on Busted Pencils, we have a confirmation that Randy is going to come on the show to talk about the whole student loan situation. So, listeners, pay attention when we're ready to do that, because if you're thinking about, the student loan system, it's some people thinking about this right now are saying, well, am I going to even be able to get my loan for my child to start classes in the fall?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Doesn't that start sometime in the late spring?
It start, yeah.
Signing up for this?
And my sense is that, a lot of college presidents right now are sitting out there going,
How do you do this?
wait a minute. You might hit our enrollment pretty significantly. And I've heard some people suggesting going, well, that's the point. That, because, creating an unstable student loan system where some of the money may not be distributed on time actually is another indirect way of attacking higher education, because it creates an enrollment decline, which continues that in and of itself is also another attack on higher education. So boy, I mean, this administration has been fully upfront. Anybody who says that this is part, it's like, I didn't know they were going to do all this. It's like, well, where were you?
We're paying attention.
They're doing everything they said they would do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 642, we're talking to Dr. Tim Slekar from BustED Pencils. So if you'd like to join the conversation, you can call us at 608-879-8255, 608-879 Talk. This portion of John and Gordy in the Morning brought to you by David J. Frank, your turnkey one-stop landscaping resource, celebrating 65 years, taking care of lawns, flowers, doing trimming, shaping, pruning. David J. Frank, the largest landscape contractor in Wisconsin, branches in Madison, Milwaukee, and Kenosha, and elsewhere around the state. Just go to davidjfrank.com.
We had the Moms for Liberty at these school board meetings, and I thought personally that they added a tremendous amount of chaos into the mix when it comes to educating children.
Yes.
And we haven't heard from them lately, but these school board elections are still going on. There's still a lot of money out there funding the Moms for Liberty candidates. And they're tearing apart the public school system just by doing this alone. Now we've got the administration, doing away with the Department of Education. So much is in flux at this point, Tim.
Yes. Or we're just on the pathway to the golden road of efficiency and effectiveness.
You keep reminding us
Pat-
of it. It is so true.
It may appear as chaos to those of you who don't understand what's going on. You mean moms for their liberty?
Their liberty. That's right. Yeah.
You know what, though, when you bring that up, though, you bring up the probably the most important point: school boards and school board races, because you want the effect on what can happen in classrooms. That's where you can really see the damage being done. And so people will say, look, the federal, they're not going to control curriculum, so don't worry about it. Yeah, but when you point out and see how much money is being invested into local school board races to put candidates who don't like public schools in, places of, holding school board slots, that's the attack that you'll start to see on curriculum. And in fact, Moms for Liberty was fully in front of putting candidates out there that wanted to do away with significant parts of the public school curriculum.
Yeah. You want to take a call from one of your favorite callers?
Yes.
Mark is on the line right now.
Mark. All right.
What do you
Good
got,
morning, Mark. Go ahead.
Well, good morning. Good morning. And you can kind of see some, in a continuation of that, like down in Florida, where they want to get rid of the child labor laws so they can put kids to work in the fields to replace the immigrants that they're deporting all of that.
They want to go down to 14 and 15-year-olds. They could work 24 hours overnight if they want. Third shifts. Yeah.
Well,
It's just a new come on, it's a new apprentice program, you guys.
it's vocational
There you
education.
go. Yes.
You know, and I can think about all the books that I read. You know, getting through the Scholastic Book Club now that are probably on the banned books list. I mean that, and I used to have a fairly wide variety of books you could get. I think even back in 6th grade, what, The Rise and Fall of Adolf Hitler, The Diary of Anne Frank. I mean, it is just it's
gone.
just sad.
Yeah.
And I actually have a sign for a school board member in front of my house that's a supporter of good education in the schools. That so I know there's a lot of money getting into that. And we have a good we have to have a good liberal arts education in the school system. And liberal arts, meaning a broad exposure to a broad range of ideas, not just just the Bible and the musings of Donald Trump. I mean, I think is going to be. It's like the what is it? Mao's little red book. It'll be Trump's little golden book, I guess.
I think, Tim, you had a guest on who mentioned maybe we should rename the liberal arts, right? I mean, the two words that trigger Republicans, liberal and arts.
Together. Yeah.
My goodness.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Mark.
you, Mark, for that call.
It's funny, thinking about Mark saying the rise and fall of Hitler was on his 6th grade reading list.
Yes.
Made me think now. It's like, well, you can get the rise of Adolf Hitler now. It's the new edition.
That's right, the new edition.
It's crazy, I mean, but school board races, we'll put a pitch out there. Go download one of our shows because, a frequent guest from Educators Amplified, teacher Healy Schmeling, she is running for school board. And, we had her on to talk about the reasons why. And one of her big, effort to get on school board is to continue to allow and advocate for education policies, not political policies.
Oh yeah, she's running in Menominee Falls.
Yeah, Menominee Falls. So if you're out there, give Healy some support because, again, really getting on the school board to say that she wants to make sure that education is what's first in the minds of how we do the work that we're supposed to do.
Yep. In just a moment, we'll talk about the World Happiness Report that also came out. All right, we'll get to that.
We've got that and a whole lot more, and more of your phone calls here, too. 649, back with Tim Slekar from BustED Pencils on John and Gordy in the Morning, 92.7 WMDX. Stay with us.
Well, Tim, have you been watching the Intel committee hearings? it's chaos.
No,
Absolutely.
really?
Oh my God!
Oh.
The signal.
I thought you were talking about the company Intel.
No.
Oh yeah. Wait,
got
come on.
call, by the way.
Oh, cool.
I know.
Hey, do you guys have any experience with kidney stones?
Yes. No. Wait, yeah.
What is it? Yes or no?
Yeah, yes, I did. I did have 2 of them in 1 year.
How's that look?
Oh, man, that's huge.
Yeah. I manufactured that yesterday.
Oh my
no.
God! No kidding!
Oh my God!
That was tell you, it's one of the most painful experiences you're ever going to have, in something like that.
Oh yeah,
it must have been doubled over.
I've had about 20 in my life. So
20
really?
20?
And I know, but I started at age 15. I said I manufactured. If I'd have been saving all these stones, I think I would have mineral rights.
Yes.
What are you eating? Okay, well, never mind.
You could have paved your driveway with them.
Nice, right?
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah,
you should drink some water every once in a while.
I've been drinking the cranberry juice nonstop for the last day, and but yeah, it's weird.
Do you have a strict diet limiting is it oxalates? Oxalates. That's it. Oxalates that create them. Yeah.
I've got more of the doctor's, hereditary.
Oh,
I
bad
don't,
stuff.
I don't deal with stress well.
No.
I'm like, what do you mean? I manufacture things like this. So,
15 seconds.
I put my stress to producing minerals.
You could mount it in a ring, Tim.
Yeah, put it in a little necklace, a little keepsake there.
Yeah.
Oh. There's a caller, right?
Ow! Ow!
WMDX.
I'm back.
92.7. Get back.
It is 6:51. John and Gordy in the morning with Dr. Tim Slekar. It is cloudy on this Thursday. Temperatures in the mid-40s. We'll get close to 60 a little bit later on. Just about 10 minutes or so from now, we will announce the next keyword in our Text to Win contest, the statewide Swing into Spring. What is it? Wait, Break into Spring contest. Okay. That's coming up, so stand by for that. Back to Dr. Tim Slekar.
All right, Tim, why don't we take a call? We have Susan out in McFarmland giving us a call this morning. What do you got, Susan?
Susan, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, Susan.
Good morning. Can I give a shameless plug for?
Yep.
Good morning, Tim. It's good to hear your voice. Is there a way that I give a shameless plug for someone that's running for school board or not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure, we want to hear it.
Her name is Martha Sarabo. It would be amazing if you could get her on your show or another show with Civic Media. She's an amazing person who wants to use UDL as a way for the kids to learn. And I just learned about the program through her. And anyway, she's just an amazing woman who would bring so much to the school board. And she's been working with kids' IEPs in school as a layperson, coordinating with the teachers and for plans for the kids. So anyway, it's just
what
she's just an amazing
district
woman,
is
and
what district is that, Susan?
It's just
it's
McFarland,
Madison.
right?
It's for anybody in
Oh,
Madison.
okay, it's Madison
No, it's for
district.
Madison. So
Okay.
she's running in Madison.
All right.
So any Madison listener can vote for her. So
What is the program
I
that
say go
she
for Martha.
endorses? What is that?
UDL, Universal Design for
UDL.
Learning. Yeah, I was going to say Susan introduced
Yeah.
that, and it really is the whole concept. And now I'll kind of diverge into actually Saturday's show that's coming up. We interview a CISA director, Brittany Walsh in CISA 4. She's doing AI work with 10 rural school districts, and this concept of universal design for learning. The best way to think about this is understand it is that anytime you have content that you're presenting to a group of people, the potential for certain people to, whether they, if they're sight impaired, how do you then give that content to somebody who has a sight impairment? How do you produce and teach content when somebody has a hearing issue, when somebody has, and so there are lots of ways that you can restructure. So universal design for learning is that you design that curriculum to meet the needs of every learner, depending on how they are out there. And we've been really pointing out that this concept has always been really a positive ambition, but really hard to attain because the amount of effort and work it takes to actually produce curriculum in all those modalities has been typically really hard to do. AI really gives us an opportunity to create curriculum from this universal design for learning standpoint and take content and turn it into audio, turn it into video, turn it into just, a reading level that fit any type of reading level you have. So interesting stuff. So I would pay attention. And people say, oh, that's special education. No, actually, universal design for learning, when you think about it, it really says this is what's best for anybody is to have content produced and delivered to you in the most effective way that you can access that material.
Wow, that sounds like a great program, and AI finally coming to the rescue, right?
Well, it's what we talked about, and I said just really for pitching the show for Saturday at 3 o'clock to listen to that Brittany Waltz, and we also said it's like, boy, she needs to be on some of the other civic media shows because of the work they're doing all across rural Wisconsin. Is that AI now, instead of it's a cheating machine, it's this, it's that, it's like, okay, you can have those conversations over there. We're going to use AI right now to actually create more powerful curriculum, to create tutors for students so that they can get the individual instruction they need to get them caught up in the skills gaps that they're missing. So anyway, you can hear the excitement there, but it makes me a little bit happy considering we were going to talk about happiness, John.
Yeah,
That's right.
we were going to talk about that. Yeah. So let's get to that. The World Happiness Report. What do you got on that?
Well, America continues its decline. We've moved down. So according to the World Happiness Indicator, your neighbors across the street are much more angry and sad, or not happy, let's put it this way, in ways that have been accelerated. So if anybody's like, boy, people seem awfully cranky nowadays, they are.
Yes,
they are. And we are now we've slid to 24th. We talked about this on Busted Pencils because it's interesting to make the connection. We don't have the scientific data on this, but we can speculate that, at the top, the number one happiest place in the world, Finland, 8th year in a row.
Yeah.
And guess what? They have the most powerful public education system in the world. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Makes everybody feel a lot better about themselves and their kids and the future. Yeah.
So, Tim, we got to leave it there. Dr. Tim Slekar and BustED Pencils. They drop with new podcasts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you can listen to them on the Civic Media Radio Network on Saturdays at 3 o'clock.
Hour-long program. It's fantastic.
Tim, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Coming up after the news, we'll get that next Text to Win contest in our Break into Spring Text to Win statewide contest. It's all coming up on John and Gordy in the Morning. WMDX.
Let the sun shine. It's the John and Gordy Show.
Now, that happiness report. Do they do that? Is that a monthly report or is that a 1 year report?
Every year.
Oh, that's it. A whole year. My God, I can't imagine where we'll be next year.
Hey, they say America doesn't move anymore. Yes, we do. We decline.
Yeah.
All
right, Tim.
All right, guys.
I appreciate your discussion this morning. It was a lot of fun. All right.
Thank you, Tim.
Yep.
Take care.
See you guys.
Yep.
It's a beautiful morning.
We got a new act. It's phenomenal. It's sensational. It's terrific. It's even mediocre.
No, it's disgusting. It's a ploy.
What a ass.
You have a pretty fun show. I listen to it most of the time, you know. Keep up the good work.
God, I love you. Get the hell off the stage.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good.
Good morning, John and Gordy.
Good morning, John and Gordy.
Good morning, John and Gordy.
And a good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Yes, WMDX, the big show.
Mm-hmm. John Peterson, Gordy Young, producer Sam, punching those buttons and switches and, yeah, making it all happen. And it's cloudy out there this morning. Boy, it looks like it's going to stay pretty cloudy all day long. 44 degrees currently, highs close to 60. We'll get the rest on the weather with Brittany Merlot coming up in just a few minutes. This portion of John and Gordy in the Morning is brought to you by Verlo Mattress of Madison. Their mismatch sale is happening right now. 10% off every mattress, every box spring. The mismatch sale going on until mid-April. So you still have a couple of weeks to go on that, but you better get in there. Go to verlomattress.com, verlo.com, actually. And Verlo Mattress of Madison, 2 locations, east side and west side. Verlo Mattress of Madison. And guess what? It is time now to reveal the key word for this hour.
Now, wait a minute. Just before you do it, I just want to mention that we're going to be covering the congressional hearings of the Intel Committee and the signal leak of that chat. And we'll be getting to that in just a few moments. But first this.
Yes, that's right. It's our Break Into Spring Text to Win statewide contest this hour. The prize is, let me just double check to be sure, it's a Brewers pair of tickets. Yes, these are club level tickets to the Brewers game. And what a better way to do this. It's opening day for baseball season today. So now's your chance to win those Brewers tickets. When I reveal the key word, you have until, this whole hour to text in the word. And the word this hour is play. That's P-L-A-Y, play. You can text that to us at 608-879-8255, or do it the easy way. Get the Civic Media app, free to download, free to use. You can text it right there. Go to the WMDX part of that app and look at the bottom there. You'll see the text button. You just text in the word play. You got to do that before 8 a.m., and you could win those Brewer club level tickets to Milwaukee Brewers baseball. And every entry puts you into the grand prize drawing for a brand new queen size mattress set from Verlo Mattress of Madison. It includes the mattress, the sheets, and more accessories, some pillows as well. Again, the word is play. That is the key word. So text us in this hour, and you'll be entered in to win those Brewers tickets and also the grand prize. All right?
All right.
Okay. Over to you, John Peterson.
You know, I'm really kind of excited about this this hat that they're producing in Greenland. You know, I really want this hat a lot. I want to
make America go away.
Go away. I want to support Greenland on all of this. The vice president was going to go up there. I don't know if he canceled the trip or not, but
no, he's going.
Is he going with his wife?
That's what he says.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're greeting them if they go up. They're greeting them with signs in the street declaring no trespassing, no Trump, or Yankee go home. And what's interesting is the hats itself. One person said, "This is a red hat I could actually wear." Another message stated, "I hear this hat is going to be a hot item around the globe."
Wow.
Oh, yes. The movement has been gaining popularity in Canada. Canadians are inquiring about that hat, shipping it to Canada, even making a Canadian version of it. So
that's amazing.
Just in support of Greenland.
Yeah.
I'd love to have this hat. I'm going to try it. Okay. Except before we get to the hearings here, but
yeah,
well,
you've got that hat, and you want to get the white hat that Mike McCabe is promoting, the white American flag baseball cap.
Because the red and blue are portraying a divided country, and he wants to use the colorless area to say that this is really where we're at. We're all together in this.
Yes.
All right. Now let's get to something I noticed on this, and this is really important. We saw a change in attitude when it came to the administration in this signal leak, the chat leak. These guys were back on their heels. They were really being confronted. They didn't know how to answer any of these questions. But all of a sudden, Steve Bannon came out with his perspective on it. And I think everybody's adopted the Steve Bannon version of how to react to the situation, having made this huge debacle, this blunder that no one could possibly cover up and no one could give any decent excuses for. But this is Steve Bannon. Let's listen to his advice.
Okay.
All right.
Let me be blunt. If you're going to take on the deep state, you got to take them on. There's no half measures here. The deep state is this apparatus of the intelligence community, the law enforcement community. You got people in DOD. You got Brennan and all these jackals on the outside. You have to be rock hard. And I mean rock hard. Bennett came in for the kill because Ratcliffe had set himself up in the opening thing by getting chatty. These hearings are not to be chatty. They are not a search for truth. They are not a search for truth.
Really? Okay.
They're there to use this as political information warfare. Jack Posobiec. And Posobiec, you nailed it about, you and I were talking at the break about Goldberg. We get back, and the whole thing is about how the hell did you have Goldberg in here? And there's no reasoning. And then Ratcliffe set himself up about Steve Witkoff being in Moscow. This is not a search for truth.
Yes, it is.
It's not a search for truth.
That's how we know all this.
Tulsi Gabbard's hard line at the beginning was the appropriate hard line of this administration. Really? It's basically, screw you. We're here to work for the commander-in-chief in ending these wars that you have allowed to get out of control. Full stop. It's being investigated. If you got a question, call the White House.
Yeah, we're here to serve the president, not the American public, right? Or get to the truth.
Yeah.
All right?
Just don't answer the questions.
All right. Now here the epiphany for me was when I went to see The Apprentice, the movie. And I had to see that, and I'm so glad I did, because Roy Cohn was the guy that kind of brought Trump into this whole three-point philosophy that he has. And now I think everyone in the administration has been introduced to that three-point philosophy, because once you take that position, those 3 points, you can't lose. And you can't back down in all of this. I have it right here. This is from the movie, actually. So let's listen to this. This is the 3 points, the rules that Trump goes by.
Okay. The first rule is attack, attack, attack.
Rule 2, admit nothing, deny everything.
Rule 3, no matter what happens, you claim victory and never admit defeat.
So you use those 3 rules and you can't lose, right? And you can just maintain that position forever. Now let's go through some of the comments that took place during these hearings. Representative Juan Castro really took on FBI Director Kash Patel and also took a shot at Tulsi Gabbard. Let's listen to cut 250 here.
Tulsi, you and I came into the Congress together in 2013. And Kash, you and I was serving on the Intelligence Committee when you worked on the Intelligence Committee. And John, you and I are both from Texas, and we both served together on the Intelligence Committee. The idea that this information, if it was presented to our committee, would not be classified, y'all know is a lie. That's ridiculous. I've seen things much less sensitive be presented to us with high classification. And to say that it isn't is a lie to the country.
Absolutely. And I just want to also add here, I mean, we heard Steve Bannon talking about the deep state. You're the deep state now. You own every avenue of the government at this point. All your people are in place. Everybody else has been fired. You're the deep state. All right, let's make this perfectly clear. Okay. We've got Dick on the line. Let's go to Dick right away before we get to the other cuts that we have here. Dick, what do you got for us?
Well, all of this, it looks to me like it tells you exactly what Trump thinks about men and women in the military. He doesn't care about them whatsoever. And this Sergeant Schultz, I don't know anything about it.
Yes.
From the president.
Yes.
Like I said, but last but not least, he reminds me of yesterday. Now it's a witch hunt. You know, remember Henny Youngman? Same old stale jokes.
Yes.
And at least Henny Youngman could accompany himself by playing violin.
Yeah,
You need to get a violin for this guy.
like Nero. Yeah, sounds
But I mean,
perfect.
come on, with the witch hunt thing.
Yeah, I know. We've heard that
That's
so
real
many
special.
times. I know. It's beyond.
It's old, really old.
It really is.
New material.
Yeah, the victimhood thing is really, well, it's played itself out, I think, at this point. All right, Dick, thank you.
Dick, thank you for that call.
We can move on to Lieutenant General Jeffrey Cruz was called out for lying, and his response was not a great one, so let's check that out.
The terrorist is at his known location, so should be on time. Also, strike drones launch MQ-9s. MQ-9s is a weapon system, correct?
They are.
Okay. I think applying the executive order as well as the DoD manual to this fact pattern, we clearly have weapon systems that have been identified. That is classified information. Now, the reason why it's important that this information not be disclosed is that we don't want the adversaries to know what's about to happen, right, sir?
Well, I would draw a small distinction there. You referenced and asked if that platform, those two platforms are weapon systems. They are, but those terms are used all across the globe in a lot of contexts. So it's really about how they're used in the context of this particular document. I just wanted to clarify that the use of those.
I understand.
Yeah.
In this situation, those are operational details.
They are operational details, but again, as you quoted the DoD instruction, it's about operations. So as you further go down into what are the operational details, I think as we had a discussion yesterday, the important aspect, I think all of us are very familiar.
This is classified information. This is classified information. It's a weapon system as well as sequence of strikes as well as details about the operations. And so I think that just piggybacking off of what some other members have said, using the DoD's manual as well as the executive order in operation today with the Trump administration, this text message is clearly classified information.
Yep, and you know, obviously, I mean, this guy is Lieutenant General Jeffrey Cruz, and he can't get it right. He can't get it straight, and he's being called out for it.
Right.
We've got more cuts here, just incredible. Even a comment from Caroline Levitt, who's just, God, I know.
Unbelievable.
Your mind goes numb.
Okay, 7:18. Don't forget our break into spring keyword this hour is play. You can use the Civic Media app to text that into us, or call us, or text us at 608-879-8255. We'll be back with more of John and Gordy in the morning after this on WMBX.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Brittany.
What's up?
Our ray of sunshine in all the cloudiness.
I'll try to be.
Yeah.
Goodness, it's so dark there. What's going on?
I know. Yeah. I don't know.
We don't need lights. We prefer the darkness.
Oh.
Okay.
Wasn't there a George Harrison song?
Beware of darkness. Beware of darkness.
What was the word again, Gordy?
Play. Play. Why? What are people
Trying to think of a song.
Play.
Why aren't launch times on a mission strike class?
Okay. Play.
Sometimes I'm not sure how some of these drop-ins start. So. Uh-oh. So what are you wearing there, Brittany?
Just a dressy
Sweater?
shirt. I don't know. I should have
Okay,
worn
all
my
right.
brewer stuff. I messed up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I forgot all about opening day. Yeah.
Yep.
Darn. I don't understand baseball, though. I don't get it.
You don't understand it.
I don't get how people can sit there and It's boring, long, drawn-out games.
You're right. It should be abolished.
10 seconds. What are you talking about?
Let's get rid of it.
WMDX 92.7.
Play that funky music, white boy. And if you were paying attention, you know that our Break in the Spring Text to Win contest here on WMDX, the key word this hour is play. Play, up for grabs. Here on opening day of baseball, we have tickets to Milwaukee Brewers baseball, club level tickets. This hour, again, you have until 8 a.m. to get that text word to us. The key word to us is play, Play. Use the Civic Media app, free to download, free to use. You just find the station on the app, use the text button at the bottom of the screen, and text us the word play.
I love going to see the Brewers.
Yeah.
I just love it. What the fun part for me is walking around the stadium.
Sure.
I don't really care about the game much.
Yeah,
I just want to see the stadium and enjoy the food, and the game can just, go
Well,
on in the
I
background.
know you like the sausage race during the seventh inning.
Oh, yeah.
Sausage,
I mean, that
hot
reminds
dog,
me that I was from Milwaukee, and sausages, they're the king.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
Okay.
It is 7:22. It's cloudy this morning, mid-40s, highs close to 60. But let's get the rest of the word
Official
on
word
the
on it.
weather with our WMDX meteorologist, Brittany Merlot. Good morning, Brittany.
Good morning, guys. I feel like my forecast is going to be like 3 strikes, you're out.
Oh, really?
no.
What?
Oh.
Come on.
I know.
Nice day, sort of. No?
Yeah. It's going to be kind of decent today. I mean, you are stuck under those mostly cloudy skies. A few spotty sprinkles linger, and then they'll clear. Okay, so we are going to see 57 degrees this afternoon for highs. We will see a chance of some storms later on this evening and potentially into overnight. They want to spark up along this warm front that is going to be moving through. So don't be shocked if you hear some thunder. They should not be severe, so no worries about that. Just
I
some
want to
rain.
hear thunder. I want more thunder. We're
like
not getting
thunder.
enough thunderstorms.
Thunder and lightning, yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thunder, yeah.
Imagine
the mood.
Dragon song, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of storm chances actually, because as we go through tomorrow night, we have another chance again. So not only tonight, but tomorrow night. But the good news about tomorrow, I think I told you already, highs in the low 70s.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That is fantastic. That's the good news, right? And now you've got you've got the
Yep,
bad
and then-
news, right?
And then it's just gross after that. So
Yeah, all right.
basically Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, the rain rolls in, it ramps up. It's just
Yep.
going to be dreary, gross.
Yeah.
Sunday, it continues to rain. And then by Sunday evening, that could flip over to some ice or possibly snow. So yeah, this weekend is not good baseball weather.
No.
Okay. Well,
I'll have to buy some grass seed so I can throw it out on the lawn to see what happens.
There you go.
My magic lawn.
that's the way to do it. All right, Brittany, thank you for that
Yeah.
update. We'll talk to you again tomorrow and find out more about what's happening weather-wise. We appreciate that. Thanks, Brittany.
You're
Brittany Merlot, our WMDX meteorologist. This portion of John and Gordy in the Morning brought to you by Verlo Mattress of Madison. The Verlo Mismatch Sale is back, their biggest sale of the year. Mismatch on the outside, same long-lasting craftsmanship on the inside. Hurry and now, save an additional 10% off of every mattress and box spring. Wake up and sleep better. Verlo Mattress of Madison, 2 locations, east side and west side. Just go to Verlo Mattress, verlo.com.
All right, now let's get back to the big hearings. Everybody was was grilled,
Yes.
and they've all taken the same attitude that Steve Bannon was talking about. This isn't for information. This is just stand strong, stand hard, right?
Right, yeah.
And then of the 3 rules that Trump goes by, everybody's sticking to that now. So let's go to Caroline Levitt. She was asked a question by a reporter, and I thought the interaction was entertaining. Let's check it out.
Why aren't launch times on a mission strike classified?
Again, I would defer you to the Secretary of Defense's statement he put out this morning. There were various reasons he listed, things that were not included in that messaging thread that were not classified. And again, going back to the American public, do you trust the Secretary of Defense, who was nominated for this role, voted by the United States Senate into this role, who has served in combat, honorably served our nation in uniform? Or do you trust Jeffrey Goldberg, who is a registered Democrat and an anti-Trump sensationalist reporter? This president and this national security team are putting our national security and the American people first. We are restoring American strength around the world, and the results of this operation speak for themselves.
Oh, yes, the result. They always talk about the results. It was a success, right? The results. That's all we care about. We don't care about the leak. You know, no problem there. Oh, my gosh.
Don't care about revealing the CIA agent involved or anything.
And the fact, and I love what she slipped in there. She said, well, there were elements that weren't top secret. You know.
Whoa.
Well, okay,
that makes it
mix that in. It kind of neutralizes everything somehow. Oh my God, I just can't handle this anymore. Yeah. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz is certainly not warming up to anybody. So this is his comment about Goldberg and everybody else. Let's listen to this.
We're going to get to the bottom of it. I just talked to Elon on the way here. We've got the best technical minds looking at how this happened. But I can tell you for 100%, I don't know this guy. I know him by his horrible reputation, and he really is the bottom scum of journalists. And I know him in the sense that he hates the president, but I don't text him. He wasn't on my phone, and we're going to figure out how this happened.
So you don't know.
No, he doesn't know. And, you know, you'd think that Jeffrey Goldberg would have a reason now to sue.
One would think.
Right? I mean, for defamation.
He could, yes.
He's the editor of The Atlantic. They're laying into him. They're portraying him as a liar.
Right.
I would sue. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
He's probably thinking about that.
What the heck, right?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I don't think we have enough time for another cut here, do we?
You got a minute and a half.
All right. Well,
wow, you're sad now, aren't you?
What?
I am.
Distract him with something, Gordy.
I am.
All right. Well, coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking about the Wisconsin Film Festival and getting the lowdown on that. This portion of John and Gordy in the Morning is brought to you by David J. Frank, your turnkey one-stop landscaping resource celebrating 65 years of being in business in southern Wisconsin. They take care of lawns, flower care, trimming, shaping, pruning. You've seen their work at the capital of Wisconsin, just up the street here, and at the UW, also around Hilldale. They are the largest landscape contractor in Wisconsin. They have branches in Madison, Milwaukee, and Kenosha. Find out more at their excellent website, davidjfrank.com. That's davidjfrank.com. Okay?
All right.
And we want to remind you the keyword this hour in our Text to Win Break into Spring statewide contest. The keyword is play. You have until 8 a.m. to text that in for a pair of Brewer tickets. Somebody's going to get them. Could be you. Get that to us. Play, P-L-A-Y. All right. Back with more after we check in with the Midwest Farm Report with Pam Yankee, WMDX.
I'm not quite the movie guy that he is, but you guys, your stuff. So now this list that you sent us, are those the movies or
We're
just,
talking about anything, but those are films like if you,
a sampling of the movies?
Sampling, and it's things where.
Film guys from the Isthmus downstairs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Your mics are on, so you can just.
Things we're pushing, and
you should be able to test. You should be able to hear me right now.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And yourselves. And
Yeah.
is it too loud enough, or you want to?
I seem all right.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it nice and loud.
Yep. Okay. Good.
Have you been on with Pete lately in regards to this?
No,
Okay.
but I think we're doing him. I think I'm on. Oh, I'm on.
Tonight.
I'm on
Tonight,
tonight,
really?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm doing a civic media takeover today.
Yeah. It's easy to do.
Yeah. There isn't much resistance.
Yeah. We love film, and I used to review movies, but just from a guy who sat out in the seats, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way back
guy.
when I had a actual TV movie review, the 1 minute movie review. You could get a lot in 1 minute. No,
Yeah.
not really. You can get the sponsors in. That's for sure. What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything's
Everybody's
fun.
good.
Yep.
Everybody's good.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Mouthwash Cola Soda Pop, the all-new soda pop that cleans your breath while it rots your teeth.
Sounds like a great product.
It's good stuff.
I wonder if they have plastic in the containers, just like, what is it, Coke?
Coca-Cola.
We're calling a whole bunch of
Yeah.
six-packs out there because they might have plastic in the container.
Yeah, that's going.
I told my son about it. He likes soda. I thought, maybe you could help them find the plastic.
7:35, 92.7 WMDX. John and Gordy in the morning. It's cloudy this morning, mid-40s. We'll see highs in the upper 50s a little bit later on. Our Break into Spring Text to Win statewide contest is on, and this is a contest hour. Our key word this hour is play, P-L-A-Y. This is your chance to win Milwaukee Brewers club level tickets this hour, and it gets you in. Every entry gets you in to the grand prize drawing, which is for a brand new queen mattress set from Verlo Mattress of Madison. It includes the mattress, the sheets, some accessories, some pillows, and more. So again, this hour's keyword is play, P-L-A-Y. Download the Civic Media app and find our station, WMDX. Use the text button to send the keyword play for your chance to win those tickets. All right.
Well, that's fantastic. Now let's talk about the Wisconsin Film Festival. This is, you have quite the lineup this time around. And as our guest this morning, Jim Healy, who's been in the studio a few times here, and Ben Rizzer, who is a common guest with Pete Schwaba.
Yeah, Pete has me on loan to you guys this morning.
Yeah.
Are you going to be on tonight, too?
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to dominate our airwaves here,
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. So let's talk about when the film festival begins and the size of this, the different venues that people can go to certainly, and the ticket sales. Now, did you mention that the tickets were pretty much sold out for a few of these already?
Yeah, actually, I think we probably have about 120 something screenings all told over the course of 8 days. It's April 3rd through April 10th here in Madison. Our opening night film, which is Thursday, April 3rd, which is Friendship, the new Paul Rudd comedy, that is sold out. And there's probably about another 25 screenings that have sold out of advance tickets. And just let me clear this up right now. Just because we're sold out of advance tickets doesn't mean you're out of luck to going to see that movie with us. If you show up about an hour before showtime, you can get into what we call a rush line with other people who don't have tickets. And 5 or 10 minutes before the screening starts, if we have empty seats, we will resell them to the people waiting outside in that rush line. And a lot of times we do have empty seats because people buy a lot of tickets to the festival and then don't show up to all the movies they've bought tickets for. They get sick or they go out of town. So
they decide to see a different one and
exactly.
Just change their mind a little bit there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's talk about some of the movies that you do have there. And I noticed one. I remember seeing this because at the time punk rock was fairly popular, but it's called Breaking Glass. And I was really surprised that this Hazel O'Connor is the star of it. She did such a fantastic job of playing a punk rocker.
She's great. She wrote all the songs and
performed
them all on the soundtrack. I think the album was a pretty big seller in the U.S., but the movie was barely released, and it was actually shown in a shorter version when it was first shown in the U.S. In theaters, and then it was on this USA Network show for years called Night Flight.
Yes, that's where I saw it.
Yeah, it's about a punk rocker. Well, she's actually not a punk rocker. She's a new wave musician.
Yeah.
And it's about her disillusionment with the music business. But the version that was shown in the U.S. was about 10 minutes shorter than the European version. And I think the ending of the longer version is much more. I don't know. It gives you a little more of a release for the character in the film. It's a much more entertaining and complete film. And we're going to have what I think is the U.S. theatrical premiere of that extended version, the European version. It's been put together by a guy named Jonathan Hertzberg, who has a distribution company called Fun City Editions, and he's actually a graduate of UW-Madison, and he's coming in to introduce Breaking Glass.
From what I remember about the film, she was pretty self-destructive, and I'm wondering if the ending maybe improves on, or at least gives us some hope for her character.
I would say exactly that. I don't want to say specifically what, but it's a little more comforting than the other version. The other version kind of ends with her almost succumbing to the fascist music business.
Exactly. Yeah.
Talking with Jim and Ben from Wisconsin Film Festival. Now, here's a movie that caught my eye, and there's been a lot of buzz here in Wisconsin. And of course, this is opening day for baseball season. The film is all about the Brewers. It's just a bit outside the story of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers. This is really a special little film, and of course, with the passing of Bob Uecker and everything, this is a special season for the Brewers. So this is going to be playing Friday, April 4th, and talk a little bit about this film.
Well,
Ben.
This is one of those screenings that we have sold out of advance tickets for, but this is a documentary that I hear great things about that was made by another bunch of UW-Madison graduates. And it's part of a trend this year at the festival that I don't think we realized until we had booked everything, that we've got a nice handful of sports-related movies this year. So we've got this great one about the Brewers. We've also got this terrific documentary that is Green Bay Packers related.
That's right. Is it Japanese?
Yeah, it's called No Packers, No Life. And that's showing at the Barrymore, I think on Saturday the 5th, maybe Sunday the 6th. But we do have tickets still left for that one. That's about a group of Japanese Green Bay Packers fans who live in Tokyo and have a bar that they go to every week and watch the Packers. And they also have pre-recorded versions of like their greatest Packers games that they love to watch, and they watch those every year as well. And it's about a trip that they decide to go on to actually come here and see the Packers play live at Lambeau. And so it's that whole story, and it's really a really entertaining documentary. And then we also have this other amazing sports-related film called A Road at Night, which is about Howard Moore, who is the former assistant coach, UW-Madison Badgers basketball coach, a beloved player at UW-Madison, and then a beloved coach at UW-Madison, and then a terrible car accident that he and his family were involved in. And it's sort of everything that leads up to that accident and then everything that has happened to him and his family since that accident. A beautiful film called The Road at Night. So, yeah, sports all over the place this year.
Now that's a documentary?
Yes, it is.
In fact, all three of these are documentaries.
Yep.
All right. What about I was kind of fascinated by this Chris plus Heather's 16mm big screen blowout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this sounds kind of interesting.
Heather McAdams and Chris Ligon, her partner, they make wonderful films in Chicago, very offbeat, unusual, specific films that involve a lot of music and strange ephemera. They're also collectors of film, and that program is her 16mm collection of weird commercials and
kind of a time capsule,
oddball
basically?
shorts. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I think the image we used in the catalog was of a Kiss toy commercial and all the action figures for Kiss. And so we have two. We're actually doing two programs with Heather and Chris. We're showing films from their collection. That's a 16mm blowout, and then their own films will be screening the next day. So Saturday the 5th will be the 16mm blowout, and then the next day we're showing Chris and Heather's films that they've made themselves.
There's an interesting one that we can't really mention about the Rolling Stones.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a documentary that hasn't been released. Is that true, or
it was never officially released. It was directed by Robert Frank, and I would say I don't know if I can actually say it was suppressed by the Rolling Stones, but it wasn't a movie that made them look great, and so I think they've come to some agreement with the filmmaker's estate that they can release it for special screenings like the one we're doing.
All
so
right.
it has been authorized. We are it's not, this isn't we're not going against copyright or
break
anything,
some rules here.
Yeah.
Well, we could break some rules and say the name of the movie.
Yeah, that would be breaking some rules. I would like to be able to say that, but it's something blues.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and that's at the Barrymore on Saturday night, April 5th. So
that's pretty wild.
And actually that ties into another group of films, as we've already talked about, Breaking Glass, and this. We've got a bunch of music-related films. We've got this new documentary about John and Yoko in New York City in the 70s called 1 to 1.
Yes.
John and Yoko. We've got this amazing new sort of concert film / Richard Linklater Slackers type weird little narrative excursions called Lifers from the band Local H out of Chicago. So the Madison premiere of that film. What are some other music related films we've got?
Well, right after Breaking Glass, we're showing another film from 1980, an American movie called Times Square, which is about two girl punk rockers who kind of rising on the scene.
That.
Yeah, and Tim Curry plays a radio DJ who helps them along.
Yes.
And it's a lot of fun. Also a best-selling soundtrack, just like Breaking Glass, and that's going to be fun.
Now you've got a 3D offering here. Actually, a couple of them.
Yes.
We've talked about 3D on this program before, Jim.
It came from outer space.
We're going to get glasses,
Nice.
the blue and red glasses.
No, you won't get those. Those are anaglyph glasses. That's no way to watch a 3D movie.
No.
We have the polarized where you don't have to watch it through the colored filters.
Yeah, our glasses kind of look like the ones in that picture of you guys.
Oh,
Yes, exactly.
behind us here?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, this is an old film, right?
We're showing two 3D movies.
How are they able to get the polarized effect?
Digital
in
3D is one of the great contemporary technological phenomenons of our time. I guess it's been around about 20 years now. And they were able to restore the films digitally and show them so you don't have to have two projectors running at the same time. You know, one projector, it has a polarized filter on it, and it looks better than it ever did, brighter than it ever did, and then the projectors don't go out of sync like they used to, so you don't get the headache. 3D just looks fantastic in digital 3D. And we're showing two movies back to back, both from the same year, 1953, both directed by Jack Arnold, who was a great director in his own right, but a pioneer in 3D. He also directed Creature from the Black Lagoon, which we showed at the festival a few years ago. But both those screenings are rush only at this point, I think, right, Ben?
Yeah.
All right, so it came from outer space 3D, and you have Hypnotic Hick.
Well, okay, that Hypnotic Hick is the short that's playing with. That's a Woody Woodpecker 3D cartoon. Yeah. And then we're showing the
Can we say Woody Woodpecker on
Yeah,
here?
well, we just did, so it's okay. What's the other one then?
The other one is The Glass Web, which is a thriller with Edward G. Robinson, and that's showing with a short film called Cleopatra Follies, directed by the one and only Ed Wood Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ed Wood.
I just want to throw a couple of suggestions in because I can't get Gen Z to go out and see the movies that I absolutely love. For one is Invaders from Mars. That movie doesn't make these film festivals very often, but that is one of the great films of all time. I mean, just the surreal nature of that film is just to see that is the whole thing, right?
I completely agree.
We showed it not too long ago at Cinematheque.
Oh, really? Cinematheque, yeah.
Okay.
It was our cover photo. We put the alien in the jar on the cover,
that's
on the glass bowl.
That's great stuff. And the other one is, and we just missed that day, is St. Patty's Day, and that is Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Sure.
One of the great special effects movies of that time. And I can't get anybody to see that here.
Well,
so.
tell him it's an early Sean Connery film.
That's it.
Get him in
before he was
Sean.
Bond. And he sang a song in it. So, yeah.
And we're going to take a break here in a minute, but another one that kind of jumps out at me, Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me. Give us a little taste of what that's all about.
Well, that's our salute to the late, great David Lynch.
Yeah.
We're showing it at the Chazen Museum of Art. That screening is rush only too. That's the prequel to the original Twin Peaks series that came out just a year after the original series
Who's the
ended.
singer that's in that? Chris
Isaac.
Chris Isaac.
Oh,
Chris Isaac.
Yeah,
tremendous.
And
And
I
David
love the
Bowie.
character, but he disappears in the movie, and it just disappointed the heck out of me. I thought he was great.
Jim, Ben, can you stick around for another minute or two?
Sure.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back to find out more about the Wisconsin Film Fest. All that coming up on John and Gordy in the Morning, WMDX. We'll be right back.
101.7. John and Gordy in the morning.
It's cloudy, 44 degrees, high close to 60 for today. This portion of John and Gordy in the morning brought to you by Verlo Mattress of Madison. The mismatch sale is ongoing, the biggest sale of the year. Mismatch on the outside, same Verlo long-lasting craftsmanship on the inside. So hurry in now, save an additional 10% off of every mattress and box spring. Wake up and sleep better with Verlo Mattress of Madison. 2 locations, east side and west side. Just go to verlo.com. And the keyword contest, the Break into Spring Text to Win statewide contest. We're in a contest hour here for another few minutes until 8 a.m. And the word this hour is play, P-L-A-Y. You can use your Civic Media app to text us that word in the next few minutes, and you'll be in to possibly win Milwaukee Brewers club level tickets. And that also gets you into the grand prize drawing of a brand new queen size mattress set from Verlo that includes a mattress and sheets and more. Again, the key word this hour is play, P-L-A-Y. Just download the Civic Media app. Find the station, WMDX. Use the text button at the bottom of the screen and enter that in the next few minutes. All right?
We're talking to Jim Healy and Ben Risser about the Wisconsin Film Fest. A lot of films. And off the air, we're talking that you have a lot of shorts that you're featuring as well. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. I guess I should say that, the festival is comprised of a bunch of new and exciting films from around the world, but also, as we've talked about, a bunch of films so far today. We also draw on the whole history of cinema with these sort of restorations and rediscoveries of older films.
Those are great.
But we also have a whole section of the festival that's dedicated, we call it Wisconsin Zone. It's dedicated to Wisconsin filmmaking and filmmakers. And so a lot of those films that get sent to us by Wisconsin-based filmmakers or films that were shot here are short films. And so we take a group of them, maybe 10 or 12 of them, and we build these shorts programs around those short films. And we do the same thing for another part of the festival, which is called Big Screen's Little Folks, which is films designed for children and families and kids of all ages. And some of those programs are also shorts blocks that are full of like 10 to 12 shorts from around the world, a lot of them animated and a lot of them without any dialogue, so young kids can come see films from Germany and Europe and Africa, but they don't have to worry about reading subtitles, and they're just wonderful visual treats.
No, I think Pete Schwab was talking about a film festival in Green Bay. Was there one recently? Is there like a crossover? You mentioned a lot of Wisconsin filmmakers, and you're including them in this. And I think that was kind of a focus on Wisconsin filmmakers, that festival, whatever he was talking about. Can't remember now, but is there a crossover? I mean, do you seek out these filmmakers from Wisconsin, the movies that they have made?
We do. We absolutely do. We have the one part of the festival that is sort of like this open submissions process. We'll take films from anybody who wants to send us films as long as they have a Wisconsin connection. And so then the rest of the festival, the films we've been talking about, are curated by our programmers, Jim, and also our artistic director, Mike King, and a few of us along the way. But so we love the idea that we're showing films throughout the whole history of cinema and these new films from around the world that have shown other festivals and are, highly regarded, and that we show these Wisconsin films right alongside them. And we try to make sure that those Wisconsin films are of a high enough quality that they can stand next to these other films and people will be like, yeah, I get it. I see why you're showing this.
Lake Michigan Monster.
Exactly. And Hundreds of Beavers, which we showed at the festival like 3 years ago before it broke huge.
It's just an amazing film. I can't imagine. I know the director, Pete Schwab, actually talked to him, and he said, "How do you get the film quality, the feel of that quality?" And he said, "Well, it didn't look right, and we just thought we'd put some old film scratchiness over it,
Yeah.
And it turns out, just incredibly surreal, right?
Yeah.
It's just an amazing film. But anyway, it's something. There's one here, Vixen, and there's a whole line of these movies from the 60s.
Yes. Well, this is 1969, and it is a sexploitation classic.
Yes.
A movie that kind of really made Russ Meyer, or they really made him a lot of money, I guess, and it got him a contract with 20th Century Fox.
A lot of those movies back then, it was just shameless, topless women walking around.
Yes, and that is absolutely what's going on in Vixen.
Oh, that's
but with a sense of irony and humor and a sense of what's going on in the country at the time, even though it mostly takes place in British Columbia.
Yeah.
It's about America and what's happening at the time, and it's a very funny movie, very sexy movie, and
spawned a couple of sequels, right?
A couple of sequels, Super Vixens and Beneath the Valley of the Ultra Vixens.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that now. Yeah.
But we're showing the original in a new restoration from the Museum of Modern Art.
Yes.
Who, recognize
and that's
Russ
something
Meyer.
that's really important. The restorations make these films look so much better.
They do. They really look great, certainly as good as they ever did, if not better, and really vibrant.
Thinking of getting the Greasy Strangler anytime soon?
Wow, that's a deep cut there.
I'm a fan of the Greasy Strangler.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay. I think the filmmakers have a new movie that's not in the festival called Ebony and Ivory, which is about the meeting of Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Well,
That
Ben
sounds
and
great.
Jim, we got to leave it there. Wisconsin Film Festival, April 3rd through the 10th. Best place for people to go, best website to go for last-minute tickets or just to get an overview of everything that's happening during the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Where do they go?
wifilmfest.org.
All right, simple.
wifilmfest.org. All right.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It really does.
Thanks again for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Coming up, Stephanie Miller is next. Tomorrow on the show, Rocker will be here with a Max Inc. preview.
And we'll be back again this afternoon at 2 o'clock, filling in for Maggie Dawn.
That's right. Tune in. That'll do it for us. Stephanie Miller's next. We hope you have a great day. Talk to you in just a little while here. WMDX.
Gordy in the morning. As we were saying, let the sun shine. It's the John and Gordy Show.